Welcome to the Coach David Sharpe Show. I'm Terry Williams, and alongside, of course, is the Noblesville football coach, David Sharpe. Welcome, Coach.
Very great to be here. Mid-August, we're all excited, and it's a great day to be a Miller. Happy to get the season kicking off here.
Kind of got a new look out here in this practice facility.
It has injected new life into everyone. We've been 2.5 weeks out here now since our new practice facility opened, and it cuts, I can't even describe to you how much better this is. It shaves off 20-25 minutes of just walking overtime, and so our practices are more efficient. We can get in the film room 10 minutes quicker before or after. It's a world of efficiency. It's made us a better football team, and I couldn't be more grateful to the people of Noblesville for helping us get this great facility. Dr. Niedermeyer, Dr. Mundy, our great administration, we're very happy with this awesome place we have.
That sounds good. That sounds good, Coach. Let's first start with your scrimmage at North Central last week.
Yep.
I didn't get to come down there, but I did watch it right after you posted on Huddle, and I thought we did a pretty good job.
Well, we went down there. We had a lot of we have a lot of spots up for grabs. So we played base O and base D, and North Central did the same. They're in their base O and base D, and we found out a lot about ourselves. Found out a lot about some guys that we might have had a question mark or two, and it was just great to see them in a live Friday night atmosphere. All the guys fighting for number one and number two spots got some quality reps against a great team, and a lot of people have asked me how the scrimmage goes. It's hard for me to generalize because every single play we're breaking down all 11 guys, and a play might have been successful, but there might have been a guy or two that got a minus, or a play might have been a minus, but there might have been 9 or 10 guys that got a plus. So we look at everything, and the kids know their individual assignments and their individual roles and their jobs just a little better than they did last year, and that's just it's a better environment than we had last year, just because of the continuity that we've had with all these guys returning.
Absolutely, because now you have a year behind you, and it was pretty difficult coming in here last year with the pandemic, with a truly a new staff, and mostly that staff you didn't pick. Okay, I mean, there are certain people that you know you'd like to have here, but sometimes that doesn't work out. So it looks a lot better out here. I think the atmosphere is a lot better. It'll be great next season when we get on the new football field here.
It is. Our kids, the culture, the attitude, the buy-in, just the passion. It's shocking how much you can grow in a year, and I'm very proud of everybody. I also like to mention, talk about our coaching staff. We made some A+ additions to our coaching staff. A lot of people in Noblesville know John Sala. He's a Noblesville resident. He's been coaching at Lawrence North and Anderson University for quite a while, but we were able to get him. He's coached with us now, coaching our defensive backs and our special teams, and what an A+ addition. He's in the building. The kids love him. That's just that's been a huge hire. Getting Coach Colin Jasper as well. He's done an outstanding job with our running backs, and he's teaching in the building. So we're getting what we want here. We're getting our guys that are with the kids all day long for 8 hours a day. Then they come out and work from the practice, and it's those two additions, and then adding Officer Schonkweiler, he's coaching our defensive backs as well. Adding him to the mix, we just keep getting better and better as a coaching staff, and it's had a great reflection. The kids just they can feel that, wow, this is turning into a high-quality 6A program with having all these coaches in the building that are with them all day long.
Yeah. Coach, let's talk about, we got game 1 coming up here against a formidable opponent, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Last year, starting off, we didn't finish so good, but in that first game, but it's a new year, and we're going to get started here, and we're going to travel to Mount Vernon. Let's talk a little bit about Vernon, because they have a new football coach, but he's a seasoned veteran. He's been around a while.
Yeah.
He has coached with a lot of great coaches as an assistant, so defensive-minded type coach, but as a head coach, you got to know it all. So.
Well, Coach Kirshner, Indiana legend, Hall of Famer. We know he left, but Coach Light, he called the defense, and he shut us down. He had a great game plan, and now he's the head coach, and we know he's going to give us fits. And then Coach Jacobs, Toby Jacobs, was at Southeastern for many years. He's called the offense last year, and he's calling the offense again this year. So they have 2 awesome play callers. We know that, and the rest of their staff's doing a great job, and they definitely have it rolling. These kids are at Mount Vernon. They are used to playing deep into November. It's happened quite often the past few years. So I know they probably miss football as much as we have, but that's going to be a hostile environment. 4-year starter returning at quarterback, and a lot of great skill players and some good defensive players back too. So we look forward to we think it's going to be as good a week 1 game as you can find. Just 2 programs that are on the uptick for sure.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that they mentioned in some of the things I've read about Mount Vernon, right now the senior class is 30-8, and they could end up being the winningest team in history this senior class. And I know that in some of the articles I read that you mentioned how successful our JV was last year, our freshman team, and our 8th grade teams. And that's important because we got to bring the winning ways here at Noblesville. That's the one thing that Coach Kirshner did down there at Mount Vernon.
It is,
superior facilities, which we are going to have. So let's talk a little bit more about.
It's hard to measure how do you win. You can block a play correctly, you can line up correctly on a defensively, but those programs that consistently win, they win the close games. They're together in the 4th quarter. There's clear communication. There's not a panic mode, and that's what we're trying to get to. And that's why we are so proud of our 8th grade, 9th grade, and JV teams last year, because they found out ways to win. A lot of those games were close in the 4th quarters, and if you're 15 or 14 or 16, you remember that, and it does transfer the next year over, and it leads to a great off season. And as I've said, our guys have done outstanding job. Coach Metter, our strength coach, he's in there all day with them, and those workouts are just consistent. It's no nonsense, get to the point. There's not a whole lot of rah-rah, fire them up. It's just, here's what we got to do, let's get it done, bam. And our kids keep stacking those chips every day, and we've gotten a lot stronger, a lot quicker, a lot more mentally focused, and it's just, now this is the easy part. The hard part's the off season, getting your body right, and now these guys are they're enjoying themselves.
Coach, let's talk about this team a little bit, because you played with a lot of younger players last year. I think at the beginning, some of your older players didn't buy into the program, and you made an adjustment and brought some of those younger players along. And I've followed quite a few of them this summer. There's been some kids working really, really hard trying to get better, especially on that front line.
There is. So we've we started a lot of underclassmen at different points. Not everybody started all 10 games, but there was times late in the season we're like, let's give this kid a start, let's give this kid a try. We went very young, and but on that offensive line, I mean, I can rattle off a lot of kids that literally started at least a game or 2 for us. So we had Drew Page, we had Ben Decker, we had Nathaniel Ham, Gage Rinn, Jake Long, Jake Etchison, Blake Cole. Those guys all started varsity games last year, and they're all back. So it's amazing when you think about that much experience. And Aaron Williams, I miss Aaron. Aaron started 5-6 games for us also. So that's kind of what we're leaning on. We know offensive line has experience. Our quarterback is back, which a lot of people will say, well, he just hands the ball off 50 times a game. But the guys in that locker room, the coaching staff, they know that Connor Meinerding is as valuable as any quarterback in the state with his leadership, the precision he has with the footwork. This is not something you can just teach a talented kid overnight. It took a long time to get his footwork impeccable, and he's smarter than I am, and I tell him that all the time. So there might be a time when I call the wrong play or something, and he's like, you don't want to do that? You said you want to. I go, oh, yeah. So he corrects me, and he's definitely one of our team captains, getting the guys in line, and I think he's going to have a great year, and he's just perfect for us. He's perfect for us. We wouldn't trade him for anybody in the state, believe me, because of the time he's put into our system. Defensively, we returned quite a few guys that started last year. Sammy Steinhofer, Alaric Rogers, Seth Stone, Josh Rogers. All these guys got a lot of time. Jordan Sharpe started a few games. Mac Linus got in varsity a little bit as a linebacker as well. So there's a lot of depth here and a lot of returning experience.
Well, good, Coach, and I appreciate that. I want to let you know and make sure you let the fans know, and we will on social media. The game is away this weekend. Okay. We were planning on going over there and broadcast, But one of our partners, SRN, has a contract with Mount Vernon to broadcast all their home games, just like Noblesville has for us to broadcast all your home games.
Yep.
So we worked out a partnership, and so that game will be on HCTV1.com. Just we won't be broadcasting, we won't be doing the video on it, but it will be on HCTV1 for our people that can't make the trip over there.
I'll tell my dad. My dad had his hip replaced yesterday.
Okay,
He's doing good, but this will be his first Miller game that he missed. So
yeah, well, he doesn't have to miss it.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
So he can tune in to HCTV1.com, and then of course we'll be back here for the Terre Haute game at Beaver Material Field.
That's right. That's right.
Just marking them off. But we only got 4 home games this year, right? So
kind of weird, yeah.
Marked the number 1 off and 3 more to go over there, and then we can come over here to this new outstanding facility.
It is outstanding, and I get a lot of questions. When's it going to be ready? When's it going to be ready? They're making a lot of progress, but it's still got a ways away. It looks beautiful cosmetically, you know, but there's still a lot of underground tinkering to do, I think, before it's all ready.
Absolutely, Coach. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule and talking with you. And we're going to do the Coach Sharpe show hopefully once a week. And so everyone can stay tuned to that and watch this Noblesville football team show what we got.
All right. Well, thanks
A
Perry.
lot,
Yep.
Coach. Appreciate you.